Training camp season is in full effect. We're starting off with the Chargers, and we're looking at KeAndre Lambert-Smith. He's making plays. He's working through some drills, but we're excited for this. Before we dig in, though, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're looking at the practice clips from training camps. We're looking at your favorite players, your rookies, those position battles. Guys, you're drafting in fantasy football here soon. It's all right here. Click that button. Stop missing out on what your players are doing behind the scenes in training camp. KeAndre Lambert-Smith. And a lot's going on with him right now. A lot. Mike Williams retired, and this is a player that I had as a gem on the back half of the draft that I was waiting to see who was going to select him, and he goes in the right spot. He goes in the right spot. You see him in the back of the end zone for the touchdown there? You see that? Here's another one. Boom. Making some grabs. Making some grabs. There's another one showing the hands. Showing the hands. This is a dart throw player that the Chargers have on the roster that's got some talent, that is a good upside swing, that could eventually become a good role player or more. Or more. Or more. This is a guy that led Penn State in targets, then transferred over to Auburn. They have some good prospects there at wide receiver. They were killing it in the recruiting scene at wide receiver, especially in 2024. Some of those guys are young still, but they had some talent there, and he came in and just led the team in targets instantly. This is a guy that can get downfield and make plays. He can stretch the field, but he can also break off routes pretty good. Pretty good with the way he moves. This is a wide receiver that I believe is something this offense needs. I get it. They're going to run the ball a lot with Marion Hampton. We got Ladd McConkey. They drafted Trey Harris, which is figuring out the contract with him. Quentin Johnston. Some people don't like Quentin Johnston. Some people love Quentin Johnston. But if the team wants to move on from him, and they got Trey Harris who's playing well, and Lambert-Smith stepping up, that could be a change. If there's a change at wide receiver and Lambert-Smith's there, he's got the goods to get it done for you. He's going to be a wide receiver that you're going to see on the back end of your roster materialize over time. Fantasy football-wise, that's totally different. Fantasy football-wise, you're watching the routes ran, you're watching the opportunities, the targets in game, and then you're striking when the iron gets hot. More for daily fantasy football than for lineup-setting leagues. But mainly because of Ladd McConkey, the run game, and maybe another wide receiver into the mix, making it really hard to really pinpoint which games he's going to hit. But I could definitely see him being $1 million player somewhere down the line, even this season, maybe next year, this season, next year. Just having that spike week where someone cashes in and win a lot of money in daily fantasy football. A lot of money. Because he's going to get the deep balls downfield. He's going to get targets downfield. That's going to allow him to make big plays and score a lot of fantasy points. And if he has a game where he cashes in on one or two of those, scores in the end zone, he's going to be a big money player for daily fantasy football. On top of that, being cheap, allowing you to cram in other wide receivers and running backs that are higher priced at that moment. I think he's going to carve out a role with his team. I think if I'm a Chargers fan watching this, I'm excited. I'm excited that the Chargers nailed depth here at wide receiver with him. They just nailed it. Ladd McConkey's going to be your dude. He's not taking Ladd McConkey's job. Ladd McConkey's going to be your cornerstone wide receiver for a long time. Quentin Johnston, he looked better than he did his rookie season last year. And one thing you can say, if he takes a step forward incrementally every season, maybe you get a good wide receiver out of him. And he's a little bit better than what a lot of people realize on the outside, because a lot of people just look at fantasy. But he's good downfield. He stretches it. Now, he was drafted in the first round, so you expect more. But downfield plays, stretching it, allowing Ladd McConkey to get his work in. I get it. Fantasy-wise, he's very volatile. He's up and down. You got Trey Harris there. We're going to see what's going to go on with him throughout training camp and everything. But really, KeAndre Lambert-Smith. If KeAndre Lambert-Smith did not transfer to Auburn, we're not looking at Tyler Warren in the same light, because he would not gotten the same amount of work. Most of the wide receivers transferred out of Penn State, and they had nothing left, really, outside of guys that transferred in, guys they recruited in, which wasn't much. And they had the running backs, and they had Tyler Warren. They did not have much left. There was no continuity in that offense. So they just had to spam it to the running backs and Tyler Warren pretty much. That's what they had from the year prior. That's just what they had. But if Lambert-Smith was still at Penn State, he would have led the team in targets, not Tyler Warren. Because that's what he did the year prior. He went to a new school and automatically did it. That's just what was going to happen. He got drafted here by the Chargers. This is a great opportunity. He's with a quarterback that will push it downfield. This depth chart outside Ladd can get ambiguous quicker than expected. That's the thing about it. Quicker than expected, this depth chart can get very ambiguous. And he could take advantage of that. I like how he can rocket downfield out of his release, get 5, 10, 15 yards downfield, then all of a sudden, drop them hips, drop that head, bam, hit that break, out route, whatever, come back. He does that. You see that on tape. You saw that at Auburn. This is a wide receiver that could be a sneaky play for the Chargers. And this could be a good role plus player. When I say plus, he could be more. He could be more, but starting off could be a very good role player this year. Could be a sneaky player. If you're looking for that sneaky player that comes out of nowhere and that could be dominant, that nobody is really talking about, this could be it. It's in the realm of possibilities due to the speed, the ability to get downfield, and Herbert. That could be the sneaky play. That's not a call, but that could be a sneaky play if you're looking for sneaky plays on depth charts. We called one out already at the running back spot for the Chargers. You're watching Rocket Sanders. More for a role player, like RB3, RB2, for later on down the road in the next couple of years. You're just seeing if he can climb the depth chart on this team due to what he did in college. But KeAndre Lambert-Smith, you're watching even closer because the potential's there. The draft capital is even more there because he did get drafted. And the ambiguous depth chart here. Like, I'm not expecting Quentin Johnson to be there forever. Like I said, he was good, but he's good for, like, being on the field, getting things done, but not good top-tier production type deal. Like, he's never going to be that. So when it comes contract time, when it comes to moving things around, they may change unless he gets better. Unless he gets better. That's something that could happen. This is a guy that broke out early in college. He was productive in college from a market share standpoint. Had a slow start to his career. We're now in year 3. Things got to ramp up, though, for him. Things got to start clicking a little bit better. He was volatile last year, had some good games. He looked a lot better than his rookie season. You got to give him credit for that. KeAndre Lambert-Smith, though, is a guy on the back end of your depth chart. Is definitely going to be a role player plus for you. Definitely going to do that. Like, I like the talent with this kid. This was one of my late round gems that I was looking at in this year's draft that I thought right team, right fit. Could go nuclear, help a team, do something. This is the right fit. It's a little bit ambiguous. It feels like it's log jam target-wise for top-tier production. It is. But the Chargers came away with some sexy players out of this draft. UDFA's included when you call Sanders, but Gadsden, you got Lambert-Smith, Omer, and Hampton. They added some pieces here. Trey Harris, I even forgot about their second-round wide receiver. Lambert-Smith, though, I've been paying attention to him because the odds are even more stacked against him with him being later in the draft. So I gravitate the rooting for those players. I root for UDFA's late-round picks in training camp, and I watch them like a hawk to see if they climb depth charts. That is a hobby of mine, and I like sharing that hobby with you guys. So if you like sharing this hobby, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now because I'm going to be here with you. We're going to be looking at these late-round picks, these UDFA players, your fantasy football guys that you're getting ready to draft. It's all right here. Click that button. Stop missing out on one. Thank you for watching, though, and I'll catch you on the next video.